Hi, my name is Taylor Zia, and this is my rule-governed behavior assignment for SPCE 689. I chose the first prompt where Alex, the student, is saying, if I don't get an A in this course, then I'm a failure. And the reason that this is rule-governed in that category rather than directly contingency-shaped is because the if statement seems to imply that he's not experienced this yet. I like to imagine in this scenario, for the ease of the example, that he needs a certain GPA. He's teetering on the edge of that, and he needs this A to maintain a specific GPA. If he doesn't, then he loses a scholarship. Assumedly, in this situation, he's not lost a scholarship before. This body that has provided that has not directly done that in the past for achieving a certain GPA. Or similarly, let's say he's not been labeled a failure by a parent or a friend or a spouse or something like that in the past for having this occur in the same organizational body through the same social mediation. It's not occurred yet. So it can't be directly contingency shaped if it hasn't been, but there could be, any number of sources that have developed that rule for him. For the second prompt, it's asking if there's like how certain neutral stimuli could have received the transformation of stimulus function through relational framing. So let's say the the transformation that we're experiencing is the ping of a notification on the phone for a grade being available to view for an assignment. It could be immediately equated through relational framing to failure. The last 3 times that I submitted assignments, they got a B+ average. Now I'm beginning to think, okay, here's another drop in the bucket, ping, another B+, that equals failure. So a notification equals failure. Similarly, constructive feedback from a professor could be neutral. You could get an A+, 100%. You could get a B+ and get constructive feedback, which isn't good enough to get that A. But then after that, you could get a lot more A's and you would still be okay. So that B is still a neutral stimulus. Could all of a sudden then become equated with more examples of whatever is occurring is paired with what I believe that B+ or what I believe that failure to be. So it's transforming those things. And again, that could be anything such as grades that are being received. So notifications on your phone for grades being available, the receipt of emails, feedback, announcements for the course, things of that nature could, kind of the ABC category. A notification on my phone, A, goes to B. Some sort of feedback that is not an A, something that is associated with not receiving an A, failure. Okay, so feedback on my phone, announcements immediately mean failure. And then some examples of events or coursework stimuli for which the functions could be transformed on the basis of Alex's rule. And discuss that a little bit. So let's say, you have a student that has 100% in the class and it's kind of appetitive to receive those stimuli. They're, another chance to get an A on this assignment, another chance to get praise from my professor, or even neutral. Well, it's fine, whatever happens this course, I'll probably at least get a B+, no big deal. But now Alex is in a situation where he feels that a B+ or something that's not an A is imminent. Each of these different stimuli related to the course, and basically anything related to the course is becoming equated with failure. A fear of failure could then transfer that. So now, previously where you were excited to receive praise for an assignment, could become aversive where you begin sweating or feeling fearful when you receive a notification related to the course. Some maladaptive or avoidant behavior I think all students could be familiar with would be if I stop checking my emails or stop looking at my announcements, or I leave assignments till the last minute and create a self-fulfilling prophecy, so to speak, where I don't allot enough time because I'm avoiding this, and then I do receive a lesser grade because of that avoidant or maladaptive behavior. And finally, what would maintain Alex's behavior of responding according to this rule? So I think for him to maintain the behavior of responding according to that rule, there would maybe be some stimuli that trigger that specific threat, something, a peer receiving not an A in a class and then they lose their scholarship, a family member tapping into that saying, if you don't get an A, then you're a failure, or some form of internalized expectation of himself that's repeatedly tapped in saying you need an A to be a success. Thank you.